Okay, day 3. Here's the compressor as it were yesterday. See? It is a tool. It was there to prevent shit from getting in the intake. It's a tool. So, let me get out my next tool set. There we go. Have to sample it for quality. Well, let's make sure this thing still works. Well, that's around the chair leg. There we go. Now that's all live, so remember, safety third. Start it up. And get a piece of oobleck again, just to prevent my thingy from, it's certainly pumping. Ooh, don't like when you do that. Yes, sir, indeed. It still works. Now, how long it's going to take to fill the tank, I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, get rid of the oobleck, and I'll get my tank. Okay, here's what's left of my old Campbell Hausfeld 2-gallon compressor. The actual compressing part of it died years ago. I've used the hell out of it. It lasted me for many years, and I was quite impressed with its reliability, as it were. And what I did after it died is I took the motor out, saved the cord and all the good shit I could use, and I just put a connector on here that kind of just stays and shit like that. But I took out all the rusty hex bolts here for this, and over here is what's left of the thing I cobbled together to fill it. So all I need to do is get a screwdriver, disconnect that, we'll hook it up to that and see what it pumps up to. This tank also still has its original 100 psi cutout switch, and I'll also try that just to see. I got to see where it's even going to get to, but even the gauges are nice and rusty. Let me get a screwdriver and we'll take that out and see what we can do here. Okay, that clamp was entirely fucked. I actually just had to break it off with a pair of pliers because it couldn't unscrew anymore because it's made in China or some shit like that. But now, the end of this hose does not look too good. In fact, it doesn't look too good anywhere. I can always trim it back, but I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try it, how it is, see what we get, and I'll worry about clamping it and all kinds of great shit later. So, put this here. Oh. Heavy little monster. And be able to bend that down just enough. Oh, look at that, like he's fucking made for it, eh? We'll just jam her in. Everything's good. We'll just see what we get out of it. This tank didn't leak too much last I remembered, so we'll see. And I could always unplug it if the pressure gets uncomfortable. It started. Oh, it's gauging, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually pressurizing. There is a... Oh, don't want to drop your tools, that's no good. There is 125 psi blow off on this in case, but you know, it's real damn steady. 25, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, So it's going to climb. Oh, I'm sorry, not 30, 50. This actually compresses rather well. $75. Even without a clamp. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. Starting to get in labor now. Just about at 100. Cutout switch just clicked. That means I can use it to cut that. I don't know if it'll restart. God only knows. We'll just wait and see. I'm just going to get out of the way in case something pops. I don't even know. Hopefully that blow-off valve still works. Something's going to happen somewhere. Compressor's in labor. There he goes. Nifty. That's why you need a safety valve, ladies and gentlemen. And now it'll go for its next cycle. We'll let it run just for shits and giggles, let it blow off again. And then, wow, that's great. It works. That's awesome. And then I'll wire in the switch just for shits and giggles, and then I'll see about how and where I could possibly mount it to this plate. If, how, when, whatever. And shouldn't be too difficult. I'll have to drill it. I'll have to bend this tubing to make it happy with it. Just about 100 again. Clicked off. Nearing 125 for the blow off again. There we go. That's it. So we'll unplug it. Now, pull off this compressor smoke. Pull off the red wire. And hook up the alligators. What I could also do is put them on there like that. Try to insulate it better, but I only need one that way. Doesn't matter which way this gets hooked. Put one there. One there. Nothing's touching. We're good. Plug her back in. It restarted at 30, about 40 psi maybe. And now it's pumping up. Just about getting it on 90. And about 100, it should just shut off because of the switch. Fucking nice. Fucking nice. Now, just for shits and giggles, I love how it smokes after. In fact, we are getting a little blowback, but that's because the quite a bit actually. That's because the little check valve in here was never quite that good. What I am curious about is if the compressor will restart about 100 psi. So to do that, I'll just short this here. Nope. And it shuts and goes into safety lockout. She don't like it, and in fact, I don't like these sounds I'm hearing out of there, but really don't like those sounds, or the smoke. It's leaked down to about 80 something psi. That's about 60-ish. Still can't. We'll go down a bit. Now it's about 50. It may not restart at all now. I don't know. About 30. Still now. Like that. Okay. I guess I'll get a blowgun for that. We'll just see what happens after it locks out and shuts. This is extra rusty as well. Would be a perfect fit. We have moisture. I wonder if that's what we were hearing in there. I mean, obviously you'll have moisture, but... So we'll let that fill up again. Obviously I'll put a clamp on here for safety, but I'm actually amazed it doesn't need one now. Come to think of it, if the check valve is in here, there wouldn't be any real pressure on that, except for when it's forcing in. So it kind of only half needs a clamp. So I guess a made in China one would be good, because that way it'll be just enough clampage for one direction. Now, I don't expect this thing to actually work like a real air compressor, because I know that probably once it drains back, it's not going to be able to restart, because I don't have any sort of unloader valve in this, nor was I planning on making one. It was really just more for a gag of doing it, and because I had nothing better to do. Okay, pressure switch cut out. It tried and couldn't. So that means I'll have to empty the tank each time I want to fill it. But that actually begs the question, what happens if I hook up to my nice 5-gallon tank to go off of this? And I can do that, and I'll do that in just a minute. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let me unplug. And we'll come right back. Okay, just filled this up, hooked into my other tank. It tried to restart and couldn't. Went down to about 25 psi. Still can't restart. We'll have to drain some more. See what happens on the next go. Yep, reluctantly it started. Okay. I hear air now. So I wonder, this is also getting pretty nice and hot, so I'd like to keep this as long as possible. I don't know if that's necessarily going to work, but I'll probably turn it 180 and have it, I'll bend it back and then loop it right around to kind of go in at a Picasso angle, like backwards 9 almost. Something like that, maybe. And then I guess just mark and drill some holes and put a couple of bolts through, and there's your homemade compressor that doesn't work because it doesn't have an unloader valve anyway. Just to do it, I don't know. I also haven't put my watt meter on this to see how much it pulls. The compressor, I don't think it's marked. I think it was on the unit itself, but that actually included the fan, so this will give you a real world. And of course, as the compressor gets more and more in labor, the higher it's going to be. Coming up very slowly on 50 psi. It's going to stop at 100 because I still have the cutout switch wired in. See, it's shit like that that's hard to buy. You can get replacement ones of these, even replacement drain cog valves, but it's hard to get cutout switches like that. And to an extent, even these are hard to come by, you know, unless you go to some kind of supply place, maybe like a Granger or something, which I've never seen or shopped at. But anyway, we do have proof of concept. This table is going to definitely go real soon. The leg has gone into the ground because of the weight that I've been putting over here. So I gotta like pick it up and move it a bit. That's why it's all Picasso. I'm amazed even my tools are staying on here. You know, Jay, you should have hearing protection, you should have gloves on, and you shouldn't stand over the fucking thing in case it blows. You're a fucking idiot, and you're going to be one of those old guys that are going to walk around saying, "What? What'd you say? I can't hear you. I blew my ear off. Huh? But fuck that. I'm an engineer, damn it. I don't need that shit. That's right. So anyway, we're just bullshitting, letting this fill up for fun. I'm not really doing anything else with it today after this. We'll just let it fill to 100. When it shuts off, it shuts off. And that's all. I don't know. Matter of fact, it's not even going to be that bad that it won't, quote-unquote, hot restart. Because my old brew compressor will not hot restart either. Because the unloader on that is shot. I think you can buy them though. But, you know, it doesn't pay to even spend 15 bucks to cobble this shit together just for shits. Maybe I'll put a little oil in this because it's getting a little grumbly. Oh, that'd be the telephone. Hello? Yeah, what's up? Let me call you back in 10 minutes. Alright, bye-bye. Got to interrupt in the middle of my YouTube video. We're about 90 psi. It's going to shuttle up at 100 and then not hot restart. But we have pushed another, I think that's a 5 gallon, this is a 2 gallon, so 7 gallons of air through here now. It's making weird clangly noises, so I think I'll put a little oil in it and we'll see what happens. But we're almost at 100, maybe 95 or so now. Oh, it actually barely fits. Actually quieted it up a little bit. Cool. I love the chooch out of it afterwards. That's gotta be really bad for it, but if this valve still worked, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Pressure actually does build quite a bit. Anyway, we'll pop the valve and watch it not restart. Hard to hold it. Not empty enough yet. Basically can't stand any head pressure on it. And she restarted. Anyway, that's it for this one for now, and until I do something else with it, which is probably going to sit in a corner somewhere. Anyway, the ringly tinglies, and that's going to be it for this for now. So take care.